Hi, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about being relentlessly curious. So if you want to learn more about that, stick around. So, curiosity is one of the core pillars of creativity. Leonardo da Vinci is famously curious. And because of his curiosities and the work that he's done and the things he's gotten curious about, his legacy is withstanding time pretty much, because he got so curious, he was so interested in so many different things, and he would dive so deep into them, and then he was also able to show his work with his amazing sketches and drawing and writing and things like that. That his curiosity is legendary, and it's all because he was relentlessly curious. So that's what we're going to be talking more about today. One of my favorite things in the book by Walter Isaacson, I think, on Leonardo da Vinci is that he read one of the notes in Leonardo's book, and it said, learn more about the tongue of a woodpecker. And he thought that was a very curious thing, and that's just a very interesting thing for anyone to write down, especially, Leonardo da Vinci. And the reason that he likes it and I like it is it gives you a glimpse into the mind of a curious person. You have to be a very curious person to wonder about the tongue of a woodpecker. But that's what it's all about. If you want to be creative, or if you want to be a creative genius, you want to do things or learn things that have not been done before, you have to become curious, and you have to go deep into those curiosities and allow yourself to be free to play in those curiosities. Really, in today's society, and adults especially, we have taken so much time to conform ourselves to, I guess it's more or less define ourselves with our ego as to who we are and what we do, that it really closes us off to the childlike wonder that we once had when we were younger. And to have that childlike curiosity is a great blessing, and it's very important for us as people and on this creative journey that we're on. So the way that you can be relentlessly curious is at least once a week, try something new, even once a day. Now, curiosity has led to unimaginable human innovations, as well as in business, in health, and in almost every field. It's all came because of curiosity and trying something new. And another thing that is very powerful about curiosity is it helps us build relationships, because not only when we become curious about ourselves and the things that we are curious about, but when we become curious about what other people are curious about, it allows us to get a full view of other people, and it allows us to become interested in other people. What I'm trying to get at is, like, it's good to be curious not only in things that you're curious in, but it's almost as important to become curious in what other people are curious in, because curiosity leads to, depth and interest in other people. And it's very interesting to have curiosity in other people and discover what other people are curious about, because people have a lot of time, and the real good ones have probably spent a lot of time on the things that they're curious in. And to get an idea, or to open your mind to what other people's minds have been working on, really allows you to get a lot of information and become relentlessly curious in new fields. Because if other people find it fascinating or interesting, if you get a little piece, you can start going down that rabbit hole if you so choose. But there's just a lot. So first, you have to start with yourself. You have to let yourself become relentlessly curious. And it's all about having fun, kind of. It's what life's about. It's, all the different flavors of the world are literally at your fingertips. You just have to go out there and get it. All the money you've ever wanted is just laying on the ground, and you just have to go up there and scoop it up. If you have the tenacity to stick with something and to be curious about new things. There are endless possibilities, but I'd even go as far as once a day, try something new. It's not hard. Try a new app on your phone if you have nothing else. Read a new book. Read a new page on a book you've never opened before. Get curious about something, And I'm going to try and do once a week. I'm going to try and have more fun. So I'm going to try and find things that I'm curious in, and I'm just going to take one day off a week, and I'm going to relentlessly go after that. And I want it to be fun, though. I'm not saying anything has to be too serious. But if you become someone who's curious about things, you're going to find yourself doing new and interesting things. And the beauty of that is if you start with just the very simple stuff, right? And you do that, you're eventually going to get bored with the simple, and you're going to start doing more complex things, more in-depth things. And this is where true creative geniuses come from. Because if you just start reading comic books even, okay? You're going to read all the comic books, and then you're going to want to start reading more books. And then you're going to start to love reading books. And you're going to start to get a immense amount of knowledge and information from those books. And it's going to impact your life, and it's going to change the way you see the world. Just like anything else. If you just have a curiosity about bicycling, you might start bicycling every day. And then you're going to get bored of your normal route, and then you're going to start going further and farther, and then you're going to join a bike club, and then you're going to start biking in competitions, and you're going to open your own bicycle shop and start selling bicycle equipment. So you have to be free to try these things, and the first step is being relentlessly curious. And it's kind of a curious thing to figure out what you're actually curious about. And I've done a lot of weird stuff. I had a thing where I was all about gold hunting, so I bought metal detectors and rock hounds, and I wound up just wandering around Utah and Colorado, but I really enjoyed it, and it was something I did a while, and then I met other people that are into it, and I don't know, haven't found any gold. I found a meteorite, but it's just things like that, and I went on a lot of adventures because of these sort of things. And here's another thing is, like, if you're all in on a certain task right now, or a certain business, or a certain venture, or you're very focused on your career at the moment, it's important to also try and be curious about more things inside of your career field, inside of your niche, and to test them out. Because there's endless possibilities in just about everything we do, but if you're specifically already focused on a niche and you just want to focus down, it's going to help you a lot when you get tired of the same old, to try new things, to get curious in the same field. So the curiosity doesn't necessarily have to jump out of your field. I mean, I wouldn't not try new things, obviously. But here's what I'm trying to get at. Say you're in a band, right? And all you do is play lead guitar, and you play lead guitar every single night, and you just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. And when you start to do things that you used to love repetitively, you begin to grow callous to it, I guess, and you're not as in touch or in the moment when you're doing it. So what you can do is go and try the piano for a night. Go play the triangle. Get curious about a new instrument, okay? And I'm saying this as a metaphor for whatever it is that you're doing right now, for your business. Try to do something creative in your field that is still a creative pursuit, and a curious pursuit. So that is how you do it, right? But I guess let's talk more, I guess, on how to be relentlessly curious. So I said once a day. I personally am trying to do a full day, actually once a week, where I just dive down a rabbit hole of something I'm curious and try and find more fun in life. But how you be more relentlessly curious is you just try new things, okay? You hear your mind, right? You're able to, it's hard to do it in the moment, but you can take a step back whenever you're about to make a decision. And instead of doing exactly what you think you would normally do, get curious about something and try something different. That's the beauty of being curious, okay? Now there is the problem that Leonardo da Vinci also had a lot of things that were unfinished because he would start something and then he would just drop it and go do something else. But he is still prolific, and he is still testing, or, you know, he's someone that is incredible. That's all there is to it. So if you're going to be relentlessly curious, you first just have to try new things, and you have to allow yourself to fully indulge in that, or go down the rabbit hole a little bit. It's just about life, man. Why would you not want to try all the things, you know? And it's important to also find the things that you don't like, you know? But it's good to try new things all the time. Now, if you go out of control, there's always balance. There's always, you know, going too far and just never having any structure or anything like that. But that's what life's about. It's about adventure. All the spices of life, you know? Go and have a taste. Find out what you're curious about, and then do it. A lot of times in this day and age, we don't do shit. We just do the same old thing every day. We eat the same food, we talk to the same people, watch the same TV, have the same dog. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's not for me, and I hope it's not for you, because I want you to become a creative genius, a creative entrepreneur, someone who makes a difference in the world. And to be relentlessly curious is a remarkable step in the right direction. And that's today's video. Peace.